A lion may dominate the grasslands, but not every hunt. In nature, prey does not only flee, it can also respond at the right moment. Horns, powerful kicks, and collective unity can disrupt even well-planned hunting strategies. Other predators are also ready to move in when a lion falls into a disadvantage. What force is strong enough to break the pride's solid structure? Across the open grasslands of East Africa, the wildebeest is more than a symbol of massive migrations. Behind its seemingly restless appearance lies a body built for survival. An adult can weigh around 500 pounds and accelerate to nearly 50 miles per hour. Its curved horns are enough to make any predator hesitate if the timing is wrong. When hunting this prey, lions do not charge in alone. They divide directions, close the distance, and attempt to push the target into a position with limited escape. Ahead, several lions are already in place, making the encirclement seem complete. But at the peak of danger, the wildebeest suddenly surges forward, slipping through a gap only a few feet wide, and breaks free from the pursuit. The pride does not give up. They move low through the grass, trying to slow the rhythm of the chase. But this time, the wildebeest does more than run. It pivots, lowers its horns, and drives forward in a short but decisive push. The sudden response shifts the predator from control into caution, while the prey turns its horns into a final boundary of survival. Across the savanna, power never belongs to one side forever. When pushed to the limits of survival, even prey can compel a lion to relearn the value of restraint. On the savanna, lions take command through speed, explosive power, and the strength of the pride. But at the river's edge, those advantages quickly narrow. Beneath the murky water, the Nile crocodile dominates with silence, patience, and masterful ambush. Stretching over 16 feet and weighing around 1,000 pounds, it does not need to rush, only to wait for a single misstep. One afternoon, a lioness leads her cubs across a shallow stretch. Soft mud slows each step, while the water remains so still it conceals any movement below. As the margin of safety fades, the surface suddenly shifts. From beneath, the crocodile closes in with the precision of a hunter accustomed to waiting in shadowed water. The lioness turns instantly to protect her cubs, but lacking experience, a young cub struggles to respond in the unfamiliar terrain. Even adult lions are never fully certain when moving near the water's edge. Mud limits their footing, reducing their burst of speed, while the crocodile needs only a brief moment to launch its ambush, delivering a bite force estimated at around 3,700 pounds per square inch. enough to compel a rapid retreat to land. At the boundary between water and earth, power can shift in an instant. Across the open savanna, the giraffe stands out not only for its towering neck against the horizon, it is also one of the most challenging targets for lions. An adult can reach nearly 18 feet in height and weigh around 2,600 pounds, large enough to turn every movement into a precise test for any predator. Lions rarely choose a direct confrontation. Instead, they divide directions, maintain distance, and try to push the target away from open ground. In practice, they often focus on calves or weaker individuals where the risk is lower and the opportunity clearer. But when forced to face a fully grown giraffe still standing strong, every calculation becomes uncertain. Those long legs do more than carry the giraffe at speeds approaching 35 miles per hour. They also form an effective line of defense when pressure closes in. As long as balance is maintained, each kick, forward or backward, can disrupt the approach, forcing lions to adjust instantly. As a result, many hunts stretch into prolonged tension and end with the lions stepping back. With success rates often below 15%, each unsuccessful approach is not just a missed chance, but a clear lesson about the limits within nature. Across the African savanna, the spotted hyena is a resilient and highly opportunistic predator. An adult weighs around 180 pounds, much smaller than a lion. Yet its true strength lies in the clan, where dozens of individuals are connected through vocal calls, scent marking, and sharp social memory. Within this structure, females often hold central roles, and order is maintained through coordination rather than brute force. Lions and hyenas are long-standing rivals. When facing lions, hyenas rarely rush in. They assess distance, observe positioning, and wait for the moment when an individual becomes separated. An adult male lion can weigh over 400 pounds, with a roar that carries for several miles. But when alone in open ground, that advantage can narrow as the hyena clan begins to gather. For lionesses slowed near a recently secured food source, the pressure becomes clear. From multiple directions, hyenas emerge, not in chaos, but steadily tightening their formation through persistent calls and probing movements. With a bite force reaching around 1,100 pounds per square inch, they are capable of forcing lions to continually adjust and maintain a defensive position. On the savanna, power never stands still. It shifts toward those who coordinate, remain patient, and act at the right moment for survival. Beneath Africa's seemingly calm rivers, the hippopotamus appears like a living fortress of the shallows. With a body weighing around 4,000 pounds, skin nearly 2 inches thick, and canine teeth over 1.5 feet long, it becomes one of the most formidable animals at the river's edge. It does not need to hunt to create pressure. Its presence alone is enough to establish a boundary. When a pride of lions moves close to the muddy riverbank to find a crossing point, their speed advantage quickly narrows. With just one explosive movement, the water erupts under tremendous force. With a bite force of around 1,800 pounds per square inch, the hippo turns every attempt to cross into a high-risk gamble for the lions. A single sudden rise from the water can force the entire group to split direction and keep its distance. Even on land, an adult hippo can reach nearly 20 miles per hour over short distances. At times, lions may try to approach as a group, and one individual may even leap onto its back to slow it down. But against such massive muscle and the determination to return to the water, that strategy is rarely enough to change the outcome. In the end, retreat is not weakness. For lions, it is necessary caution before an opponent that controls the terrain more effectively. In the world of lions, the greatest threat sometimes comes not from other species, but from those that walk the same savanna with the same ambition. A male lion's roar can carry for about 3 miles, forming an invisible boundary between territory, water sources, and access to the pride. A male lion carries not only muscular strength, but also the responsibility of preserving his lineage within a limited domain. When young nomads enter restricted ground, the rhythm of the savanna shifts abruptly. A confrontation unfolds without hesitation. Two powerful rivals close in, using forceful swipes, each carrying the momentum of hundreds of... When the dust settles, the savanna returns to stillness. This is the stark reality of natural selection. Power is not given. It is earned through persistence and resolve. Lions may dominate the grasslands, but not every hunt remains under their control. Against the African buffalo, this powerful predator faces prey weighing around 2,000 pounds, carrying curved horns like a living defensive wall. With that size, it is not merely prey, but a challenge that forces the entire pride to calculate carefully. The encounter begins when the lions detect an individual separated from the herd. They do not rush in chaotically, but spread out, close the distance, and search for the right moment. The grass trembles. The rhythm of footsteps quickens. The buffalo lowers its head and braces its front body, making every advance a cautious one. As the lions move closer, the defensive response appears instantly. The horns lift, and a powerful turn creates space, forcing the predators to step back in a split second. Then the situation shifts. From a distance, the herd turns back, dozens of bodies pressing forward as one dark mass. Lions can accelerate with incredible speed over short distances, but amid dust, curved horns, and collective pressure, speed is no longer everything. In the end, the pride leaves the hunt behind. It shows that the hunted can sometimes be the one that reminds the predator of its own limits. A direct dive from above locks onto its target in a split second. Even other predators struggle to break free from that pressure. Speed, talons, and precision turn every approach into a decisive moment. At the highest reach of the sky, the eagle stands as the true ruler. Once a target is chosen, few can move fast enough to escape its sight. In the green canopy of South America's rainforests, monkeys confidently move through three-dimensional space with compact bodies of only about 25 pounds. They glide through tangled branches, trusting that height is a safe shield against every danger on the ground. However, the forest canopy is not off-limits to the predator known as the harpy eagle. With eyesight 8 times sharper than a human's, the harpy eagle watches quietly from a strategic height. When a target enters its sights, it pulls in its wings and bursts through the narrowest gaps of the great forest at more than 50 miles per hour. With talons about 5 inches long, comparable to those of a grizzly bear, it launches a powerful approach, lifting its prey from a high branch with extraordinary muscular strength. Beyond the rainforest, the eagle's power also appears across the hot, dry grasslands of Africa. Warthogs are known for their resilience and can sprint at around 30 miles per hour to escape many ground-based predators. But when the opponent is the martial eagle, with a wingspan of more than 8 feet, speed is no longer a guaranteed advantage. Just one moment when a young warthog separates from the group can create an opening. That is why the eagle becomes a strategist of survival. Venomous snakes are among the most dangerous opponents in the wild. From cobras and pit vipers to the puff adder, they carry potent venom and extremely fast reflexes, enough to defend themselves in an instant. Across dry grasslands, the brown snake eagle is considered a true specialist in hunting snakes. To reduce risk during close approaches, it has legs covered in tough scales and dense feathers, forming a natural layer of protection against sudden reactions. Its strategy is not based on long chases, but on carefully adjusting each inch of distance, followed by a rapid talon closure to bring the target under control. Off the coast of Malaysia, the hunt unfolds in a different way. Sea snakes often reveal themselves only when surfacing or resting on rocks. That brief moment becomes the opportunity for a sea eagle to gain the advantage from above. In nature, true strength is not always about rushing into danger. Sometimes it is the ability to be in the right place, wait for the right moment, and never allow danger to make contact. Not every predator is tied to just one type of prey. For the white-tailed eagle, that flexibility helps it hold a prominent place across vast rivers, lakes, and coastlines. In a single day, it can shift from fish-filled waters to birds searching for food above, always watching for the smallest opening in another species' rhythm of survival. When an Egyptian goose drifts out of formation, the advantage does not come from rushing, but from altitude, approach angle, and timing. The eagle descends from hundreds of feet with a tight and precise path, forcing the target to react within a very short window. With just one wing beat later than usual, the balance in the air begins to shift. Among smaller flocks, such as bee-eaters, the pressure arrives even faster. One sudden appearance from above can be enough to break the formation and expose the first bird that falls out of rhythm. The target is quickly isolated with a precise grab. Even experienced birds of prey, such as hawks, or powerful birds like cranes, may have to stay cautious when an eagle enters an aerial dispute. Without making much noise, it still creates pressure through its wide wingspan, broad field of vision, and superior ability to hold position. In the wild, the one that holds the advantage the longest is not always the fastest, but the one that adapts its strategy before the sky has time to change. On the sunlit savanna, impalas move like dancers across the grasslands. With strong, streamlined bodies, they can accelerate to around 50 miles per hour and leap nearly 10 feet to avoid many dangers on the ground. In the open plains, herds stay in constant motion to reduce risk. Adults maintain a tight formation, but young ones may fall a few steps behind when changing direction or crossing uneven terrain. That brief gap is what an eagle can exploit. From above, the martial eagle does not strike right away. It observes for a long time, waiting for the exact moment when an individual drifts beyond the herd's protection. When that moment arrives, it folds its wings and dives at a steep angle, using height to close the distance with remarkable speed. The impact carries powerful force from above, leaving the young antelope unable to react before it even understands what is happening. The mother impala may turn back to assist, but that response is often slower than the timing of an attack from above. If a young one becomes isolated, even for a brief instant, the advantage shifts to the predator. On the African plains, survival does not belong only to the fastest runner, but to the one patient enough to wait for a single opening. In the world of birds of prey, the eagle stands as a clear symbol of aerial power. Many species have wingspans reaching close to 8 feet and exceptionally sharp vision. From high mountains and South American rainforests to the grasslands of Africa, they are present across a wide range of environments. Wherever they live, eagles stand out for their high-altitude hunting, long observation, and perfectly timed dives. Across the vast sky, they dominate not through noise, but through precision and composure. Across open grasslands, the rabbit is a symbol of alertness, able to sprint at around 45 miles per hour. Its sharp turns and repeated leaps make it a challenging target for many predators on the ground. But under the golden eagle's vision, agility is only one part of the survival equation. From a favorable height, the eagle watches silently. With sharp eyesight that can detect small movements from a great distance, it does not dive the moment it spots its target. Instead, it waits for the rabbit to leave cover, cross an open gap, or lose a fraction of rhythm while changing direction. In this hunt, talons with a gripping force of around 400 pounds per square inch become the tool that carries out nature's command. Not every dive succeeds, but the combination of gravity and absolute precision has turned the eagle into a true ruler of the sky. By targeting individuals that expose a weakness, the eagle helps regulate rabbit populations and maintain balance in the rhythm of life across the grassland. The Rockies are not a place for the weak. They are an arena for the most enduring and adaptable creatures. If the mountain goat is a symbol of resilience on the ground, the golden eagle represents power from the air. Here, every encounter is not just a hunt, but a test of instinct, terrain, and some of the highest survival skills on Earth. With a wingspan of nearly 7 feet, this predator approaches in almost complete silence. When it spots a young goat that has just moved away from the protection of the herd, it can fold its wings and dive at more than 150 miles per hour. The golden eagle's strength does not lie only in the dive, but also in its ability to choose the right moment, the right angle, and the right target. Against an adult goat weighing hundreds of pounds, a direct approach is rarely the most effective choice. Instead, on narrow slopes and in strong winds, some experienced individuals may use repeated close passes to apply pressure, forcing the target toward a disadvantageous position. Once balance is lost, a single slip can allow the cliffside itself to allow the terrain to determine the outcome. In this harsh place, victory does not always belong to the stronger one, but to the one that understands wind, altitude, and gravity better than its opponent. In the wild, every mistake leaves a clear lesson. A lion may face resistance, but survival does not allow it to stop. Prey maintains its distance, while other predators quietly seek new advantages. An endless cycle of adaptation and survival. If you want to explore more, please like and subscribe to continue.